Hi Capricorn, welcome back to the Astrology 33 channel. This is your October 2025 tarot reading. Thank you to those of you who have liked, viewed, shared, and subscribed to the channel. I appreciate all of that. For those of you new to the channel, as far as opening in front of us, it's a Celtic crossbred as always, and also pulled the 4 agreements and wisdom oracle card for you guys. But we're actually going to start the reading off our rolling those astrology ice we have in front of us to get an idea of where your focus should be as far as that goes. Alright, we have the South Node, and the South Node is in Virgo, and it's actually going to be part of that new moon solar eclipse we're just about to have in Virgo. And South Node in general usually points to energies of releasing things, karmically speaking, and for you guys, Virgo is your 9th house of philosophy, higher learning, and foreign affairs. Well, speaking of which, right, we also see 9 come up on the dice as well. So yeah, like we said, of course, there's that new moon solar eclipse happening. We also just had Venus move into Virgo as well, so that's something else going on in your 9th house. But yeah, we won't repeat the rest of the 9th house influence, but looks like it will be important for you guys this month. And we have Aries. So Aries is actually your 4th house of home, family, and roots. And there's going to be a full moon in Aries on the 6th of October. We've had Chiron there for quite some time as well. We still have Neptune there, although on the 22nd of October we'll be moving back into Pisces. But yeah, definitely looks like there's going to be some 4th house and 9th house influence at the very least for you guys this month. We'll keep that in mind as we go through the main spread. Alright, in the position of the main situation, we have the Empress, and then challenging that, we have the Knight of Cups. So this is a Pisces energy here. So this could just be saying that maybe you guys have been in this Empress energy for a while, right? Trying to remain open and receptive to things coming your way. But the challenge could be that maybe those offers haven't necessarily come in that you might have expected. And given that the Knight of Cups is Pisces energy, and that's your 3rd house communication, could just be saying that the challenge might be that, you might have to be a little bit more proactive to actually get things to move in the direction you're hoping. So, if not making offers to people directly, for example, at least maybe opening the lines of communication with them, right? So something like that. Speaking of lines of communication, in the foundation position, we have the 8 of Wands. So yeah, this usually looks like communication to me, being an action-oriented energy as well with Sagittarius energy. For you guys, it is your 12th house though, so this could just be saying that maybe there's plenty of thoughts flowing through your mind, but for whatever reason, there could be a little bit of hesitancy on your part to communicate what's on your mind. Past energy, we have the Knight of Swords. So for some of you, maybe this is pointing to why you're a little bit more reluctant, right? Maybe this is saying in the past you used to be almost on the other extreme, right? Where you would jump into things quickly, you would take the initiative quite often, and perhaps, maybe at one point that might have started to backfire, so that might have been why you then ended up on the polar opposite spectrum of that, right? So the key could just be trying to find a balance there if that's the case. Right. In the present position, we have Judgment. So yeah, this could definitely be bringing something back around from the past, and again, that does seem to align with what we were just saying with that new moon solar eclipse happening in Virgo, right? Because eclipse energies could definitely bring things up from the past again. But yeah, so maybe this is saying a part of the issue, maybe there was a need for some healing around the feminine aspects of yourself, right? Because if we look at the artwork, it looks like that trumpet's blowing right toward the feminine, so maybe that's what it was, right? The Empress can be a little bit too far in one extreme when it comes to embracing the feminine energy, so maybe that's what it's pointing out, right? Right. In the near future position, we have the 8 of Cups. So more Pisces energy here. So yeah, so for somebody, this can just be saying that maybe you are going to release something, right? Even if that was just keeping all of these thoughts and romanticizing offers coming your way, right? Maybe you're just taking a bit more of a grounded, realistic approach to things now, to where you're like, okay, maybe yeah, I sat around for 8 months, right, waiting for this magical offer to come my way, but you know what? Maybe I do need to be a little bit more proactive to get things going in the right direction. All right. In the position of your influence in the situation, we have the Wheel of Fortune. So this is actually Jupiter energy here, and that's actually currently in Cancer, which is your relationship house. So yeah, could just be saying that maybe by you taking action now, right? Like we said, from stepping out of that cycle of just wanting things to come to you without really giving any reciprocal energy, could just be saying that as you do shift out of that energy, that could actually get the wheels turning in your favor. All right. In the environment position, we have the Nine of Pentacles. So Virgo energy here. So yes, it's good to just be saying that for some of you, maybe you're even just meant to go through a little bit of a cycle where you are just more independent, right? Self-reliant and not necessarily seeking out any partnerships. All right. In the hopes or fears position, we have the Ace of Cups. So yeah, so again, I feel like this is calling back to what we were talking about with the Knight of Cups and the challenge there, where maybe there is a part of you that really would hope to see romantic offers come your way, right? Or if not romantic, it could just be some kind of business partnership type of dynamic, whatever the case may be. It looks like you are hoping to see that offer coming your way, but up to this point, it's just seemed to have been blocked. All right. And in the outcome position, we have the Hierophant. So this is Taurus energy here. So for somebody, this could just be saying that, yeah, maybe once you get to the Taurus full moon, which would be taking place in November, right? Early in November for what it's worth. You could just be saying that, you know, maybe as you approach that time, then you'll see that, okay, having faith, right? Having patience and understanding that, yeah, okay, there is a space between that Knight of Swords where, okay, I was always taking the initiative, I was always going after something, right? I was always the one making the effort, and then the Empress energy of, okay, I'm not going to do anything, you know, consciously, I'm just going to wait for things to come to me. Could just be saying that once you find that happy medium, you will see things start to improve naturally at that point. All right, and bottom of the deck, we have the Ace of Wands. So yeah, so it looks like there is that desire on your part to take action, but again, like I said, I feel like you're just trying to rebalance basically because it seems like you were at opposite ends of the spectrum at different points. So now, you know, trying to figure out that in between space. And like I said, it just seemed that by even shifting out of energy, that already gets the wheel turning in a more positive manner in your favor. Still might be a little bit of a weight given that we do see the Nine of Pentacles in the environment, but looks like you will see positive forward momentum. From the Four Agreements deck, we have Don't Take Anything Personally, and it says Become Immune to Poison. Right? As the whole world can gossip about you, and if you don't take it personally, you are immune. Immunity to poison in the middle of hell is the gift of the second agreement. Somewhat dramatic messaging there, but hopefully that resonates for you guys. All right. And from the Wisdom Oracle, we have Time to Go. There's the artwork, and the number is 45. We'll see what this has to say. Definitely makes me think of the artwork we see with the Eight of Cups at the very least. All right, essential meanings says endings, completion, walking away from something because there is nothing else to learn or experience. The Oracle's message: you are at the end of one journey and have not yet begun the next. This is the moment to bless your experience thus far. Take stock of what you've learned. It's time to move on to new experiences and a new way of being. There is nothing left for you to do, be, or experience in your present circumstances. Take the risk and move on, even if you need to be in transition for a time. Your destiny is calling you. It's interesting there with the last sentence, your destiny is calling you, right? Because, like we said, with that Eight of Cups energy, it seems like by taking that action to walk away from just saying, okay, I'm just going to stay in the cycle and just wait for things to come to me, looks like there's a bit more of a proactive energy taken there. Then, like I said, it seems like that gets the wheel turning in your favor from there. The relationship message says it's over, or at the very least, the form this relationship has taken is no longer of service to you or the other person. This is a time of letting go, of knowing that the journey has come to its conclusion. That doesn't mean anything is lost. Although this card could speak to a breakup, drifting apart, or the end of a soul contract, it is more about release than destruction. Remember the saying, if you love something, let it go. If it comes back, it's yours. If not, it never was. Endings are always a sign of new beginnings. If you want something deeper, walk away. So an interesting message there as well, right? Because this could also just be saying if maybe what you've been getting has been more surface level connections, right? With the approach that you've taken to this point, could just be saying that, yeah, ultimately you might need to walk away from that patterning as well, as far as, how you expect things to unfold. All right, the prosperity message says this message is clear. The path you've been on with your work, creative projects, and business alliances have come to an end. You will not find the success you desire by continuing with what is now in front of you. This is an auspicious sign because there is no choice that will benefit you other than risking stepping into the unknown. It is time to walk towards something new. This card also pertains to the more neutral concept of completion. You've finished your task and can rest assured that this ending will open up a powerful new avenue of opportunity, even better than when you can imagine. You have done all you can, now trust that Spirit keeps the plan moving forward. Fortune requires you to conclude this chapter of your life, and remember that when you close one door, another opens. So yeah, definitely an interesting message there, because that message seems like it's a little bit more of a long-standing, heavier issue that you're going to be leaving behind, if it is related more so to career and finances. But yeah, like I said, overall, I'd say you'll definitely be reevaluating your approach in the past to your approach in the present. And like I said, it seems like it's just neither is necessarily wrong, but maybe just ending up somewhere in the middle would be more of the key. But hopefully that resonates with you guys. We'll wrap up there, and I'll see you all next month. All right, bye.